Securities offered through TJ Stearns, a registered representative of Crown Capital Securities LP, member FINRA SIPC. Content is intended to provide accurate information, however, is not intended as financial, tax, or legal advice. Please consult a financial, legal, or tax professional for specific information regarding your individual situation. Opinions expressed and provided are for general informational purposes only and should not be considered a solicitation for the purchase or sale of any security.
Welcome to Protect and Grow with Chicagoland certified financial planner Tim Stearns of TJ Stearns Incorporated. Trust, respect, and results. TJ Stearns Incorporated focuses on comprehensive financial planning and benefits.
And welcome into the program. This is Protect and Grow Chicagoland Retirement with Chicagoland's CFP certified financial planner, president and founder of TJ Stearns Inc. He is Tim Stearns. Tim, we always appreciate the time. Happy Independence Day, 4th of July weekend to you.
Same to you, Peter. Happy 4th of July to everybody out there.
Well, we appreciate you taking some time out to be here on the program, and maybe not exactly what the holiday is about, but certainly as we are thinking about independence, financial independence is something that we strive for. And Tim, unfortunately, surveys and articles are saying that Americans are less confident about their continued financial independence than almost ever before.
Right. I mean, we're seeing people, obviously pensions have gone by the wayside. They're kind of a yesteryear thing unless you work for the government, right? So what we're seeing is people are nervous, and they want their financial independence. And at the end of the day, it's hard to come by, right?
Indeed. But Tim, I think that a lot of that might be lack of planning. I mean, we've got to plan in order to achieve financial independence. For the majority of our lives, Tim, we trade our time for money. We go to work, and our financial security, our financial independence is based on the stability of that job, the next paycheck. Now, we add different levels of protection in there along the way, but we've got to plan in order to do so and to use those dollars that we are able to save and not spend effectively.
Exactly. So you make sure that you need to save for retirement at all times. I mean, I like to tell people, it's a forced savings. You have to do it. We have over, so 41% of Americans don't even have anything saved for retirement, and about 5% have more than $20,000.
Yeah.
Now, when you put that coupled with the relying on Social Security only, that is scary, very scary.
Well, Tim, obviously in our area, and for all intents and purposes, probably the audience of the show, most of them are in that 5%. And if you've got something saved for yourself, give yourself a pat on the back, even if you don't feel as well prepared as maybe you think you should be. If you're taking your planning, your financial future seriously enough to have saved and accumulated some wealth, then congratulations, you are doing more, unfortunately, than the majority of your fellow Americans. But Tim, again, we want to have quality of life. We want to have confidence in our financial independence. And for that, it really comes down to the plan. And what we're seeing, these surveys, these studies that are telling us that Americans are not confident, Tim, it tells me that if the things that we're taught to do, if they really worked effectively, we wouldn't see such lack of confidence.
Exactly. I mean, and this is what this show's all about, is telling people, how to get after it. I had a woman in the office the other day that was telling me, her one son was going through a divorce, and he was afraid he was going to lose his IRA and that type of thing. And she told him, when I got divorced when I was 48, I had to start over, and she's one of my best clients. You know why? Because she saved money, and she knew the power of compounding and that type of thing. And, she didn't splurge on different things. She does now, and she really enjoys her life. But, she made sure that the kids were taken care of, and that she was putting money away in her different savings vehicles. And like I say, it's never too late. And we're happy to help people here.
Well, when we have setbacks, we know we really have to buckle down. And over the course of this past year, Tim, it's been testament to that, because as we went through COVID, the savings rate for Americans actually shot up significantly. So maybe that jolted us and jostled us into taking our savings, taking that financial security and that confidence in quality of life a little bit more seriously.
Right.
If there's a silver lining to that cloud.
I was going to say that's about the only silver lining I've heard of, but yeah, I mean, you have to be prepared for financial risk, whether it's, health, the markets, like we saw in March of last year, those different things, including inflation, which is, the talk of the town right now, because we printed a lot of money out there in Washington, and we need to figure out how we're going to pay for that debt that we're doing. One thing I can't get over, we do these retirement classes every month at, Harper College as well as Roosevelt University. And, no one seems to know what sequence of returns risk is, which I think is amazing to me. I like to think that we're all educated people. I mean, you can Google it and you look it up and you're like, oh, that's what it is. That makes sense. But by the terminology of it, no one knows what it is. And that's
people know what dollar cost averaging is, right?
Absolutely. Right.
I think that may speak to the fact that we are taught in this mindset of accumulation, not creating income and the decumulation that we'll go through in the next phase.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I always tell people in our classes that if you only have a 401k, when you're done with your 401 working, that is all the money you're going to have. You will be a net seller of assets, and that's a fact.
Well, again, we want to have that plan to build and maintain that quality of life, that confidence in our financial independence. And that is what Tim Stearns offers to put together for his friends and neighbors, workers and savers, those planning carefully across Chicagoland. And ladies and gentlemen, if you would like to get your plan put together, if you would like to double check your current plan with a CFP, a certified financial planner, pick up the phone, give Tim Stearns a call, and he will help you put together a protect and grow plan. 800-640-2256. That's 800-640-2256. 800-640-2256 to get that protect and grow plan put together. Tim, I have to imagine probably very few people come in, and I don't know if you ask them on this kind of scale, but on a scale of 1 to 10, how confident do you feel about your plan and your retirement? Probably very few people say, I'm a 10 out of 10. There's absolutely no reason for us to be talking. I bet a lot of people are like, somewhat prepared, 6, 7 out of 10, maybe something like that.
Right. It's very interesting to see what a husband and wife say. We had a husband that was a former trader downtown Chicago, and I knew right away he's a risk taker, and the wife, retired school teacher, she wanted nothing to do with risk. And, there has to be a happy medium for people like that. I speak to that because my wife is a teacher, and I'm a financial planner. So, an entrepreneur, if you will. So, did I take a chance going on my own? Yes. And it's worked out well. Thank the Lord. Thanks to helping me with the radio show, Peter.
Well, that part's been a pleasure, Tim. I appreciate it. And it's been genuinely a great time getting to know you over the course of this program. And really, I hope that more retirement-minded individuals, savers, investors, individuals and couples across Chicagoland do get to know you. And that's why we do the program each and every week. That's the true value, ladies and gentlemen, of being tuned in right now. This is good information, food for thought, but the true value is the action that Tim Stearns makes available to you in putting that plan together. Get that protect and grow plan for your future. Confidence is quality of life in retirement. We want you to build that confidence through having the plan. Tim Stearns, a CFP, will help you put that together. Pick up the phone, give a call, 800-640-2256, 800-640-2256. But Tim, kind of to my point in bringing it together, if what we have been taught isn't working to build that confidence, if people are coming in saying, hey, I'm maybe a 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10, is a lot of what you are doing just helping people evolve their plan and complete their plan and taking the next step in planning, teaching them how to transition to that retirement?
Well, to your point earlier, it's ingrained in us to be savers, but unfortunately, when you're done working, where are you going to get your money from? Social Security is great, and I'm very happy that we get that in America, but at the end of the day, it's not enough to shore up the ends. So now we have to learn how to decumulate, excuse me. So we're looking at, a written plan. That's how you do it. A written income plan will make you feel good about stealing second and having your foot off first, as they say. Are you taking a chance? Not really, if you have a financial plan. 95% of Americans don't have a written income plan. And I don't get that. Winging it in retirement's not a thing that we do at TJ Stearns. We are making sure that we have a formulated plan.
So Tim, I've got 401ks and IRAs. I've got an investment account. I've got kind of projections of the income. Do I have a written income plan? Is there a difference there?
Absolutely not. You do not have a written income plan. What we do is we take into account all the expenses that they're going to have, and adjust it for inflation, and then make sure that we're building a written income plan using maybe an annuity, maybe some sort of a bond fund that they can live off of, whatever, that has of course, a stop loss, and making sure that we're using that to so that they're able to pay their bills every month. All right, that's great and all, but what about living in retirement? I want to pay my bills, but I also want to be able to maybe take that trip, maybe help out a grandchild with a wedding or college or what have you. So those are the things that we build into that growth bucket, so that people know exactly where we're going. And you need to have a plan. Not having a plan is having a plan.
Yeah.
So
Well,
we always talk about that in class.
it's funny how, as you're talking, Tim, I'm thinking about the different levels of security and what gives us that sense of security during all of the years of our work and career. It's the confidence that we can continue to show up to work and earn the paycheck the next day, and that we're going to get paid the next pay cycle. That's what gives us the confidence and security. And then around retirement time, it's the lump sum that we've built up, that 401k balance, the retirement account balance gives us some sense of security and confidence in transitioning to retirement. And then the day after we retire, it's not about that lump sum. It's about the income we can generate from that lump sum. That really is what provides security. And I think that's the missing link. That's the piece that people don't have if they don't have that specific written income allocation plan.
Right. So if it's been proven that if you have a written income plan, you're going to feel better. Would you ever get on a plane and the pilot says, we don't know where we're going, we're just going to kind of wing it and see where we go? You'd hop off that plane so fast, it's not even funny. So what we do is we want people to kind of give us an idea of what the end is for them, what they want to look like. And then we build it backwards. It's literally an algebra problem that works, for people. And it's very simple to understand. It's dynamic. So if we need to change it, we can do that. It's not static, because life is definitely not static. You'll get something thrown at you left and right. So we need to make sure that it's able to be adjusted.
Well, what we have been told to do, what we have been taught to do, is the asset allocation model that I think most savers and investors are probably familiar with. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Diversify: large cap, small cap, mid cap, baseball cap, hub cap, stocks and bonds, a whole bunch of different things.
Sure.
That's asset allocation. But Tim, income allocation is the specific plan for generating income that you describe here on the program. And you've got a great book. It's a resource that really covers the difference between the old model, asset allocation, and income allocation, and teaches people why there is a value in the transition and confidence in having that income allocation plan.
In the book, I want to offer it out there to anybody with over $500,000 worth of assets. If they want to call in, be the first 10 callers, we will get the book out to them. We have a digital version, and we also have a written version. I've been told by everyone, including my siblings who are baby boomers, that the book really helped them understand where they're going and how they're going to get there. And it's easy to read. I can't say enough about it. And I don't understand how people can still subscribe to this asset allocation when in fact it's failed us 5 times in the last 20 years. That can be detrimental right now as you're going into retirement. Once again, there's sequence of returns risk. If you start to lose money right after you get retired, the chances are you're going to have a rough retirement, maybe going back to work.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you'd like that book, Income Allocation, the Essential Retirement Planning Strategy Guide, pick up the phone, give Tim a call right now, 800-640-2256, 800-640-2256. Tim, the last decade in the market, though, it's been phenomenal. But
Sure.
if any of us think and reflect honestly, do we expect every decade to be like the last 10 years has been? And we don't have to go too much further back in our memory to know and understand that not every decade is going to be like that. The decade prior to that, if we look back over the past 20 years, as you said, we've had 5 years where there were major declines in the market. And if we go back even further, the past 100 years, we've had 14 major declines, one on average about every 7 years,
Right.
losing on average about 30 to 40%. So Tim, I don't think a whole lot of retirees want to look forward and say, yeah, I could risk about every 7 years throughout my retirement, losing 30 to 40% of my assets.
Well, you look at 2000 through 2002, the market went down negative 50%. All right. You go 2007 through 2009, you're about at 50% there again. You can't have that happen in retirement. If you're in asset allocation, that will happen. When I first got in the stock market, or excuse me, as a stockbroker in 1994, stocks would go up, bonds would go down. Well, nowadays they both go down, and you have a real thing out there with interest rate risk that no one seems to account for. You have, as interest rates rise, it's going to hurt the value of bonds that you are currently holding. So the big thing is to actually, make sure you have maybe an annuity that's, uncorrelated. We say that all the time in our class, uncorrelated. Make sure that you don't have vehicles that are just going to all go down at the same time or all go up at the same time.
Well, again, we're talking about creating that financial independence, confidence in your quality of life. That is done through having a plan that provides for your financial security, which is the baseline of predictable, dependable income that you can rely on. And that's what income allocation helps you address. If you'd like to get that protect and grow plan put together, if you'd like the book, Income Allocation, if you just got a couple questions you'd like to get off your mind and get an answer from a certified financial planner, pick up the phone, give Tim Stearns a call. Makes his time available for listeners of this program, for viewers of the podcast. 800-640-2256. That's 800-640-2256. And Tim, you talk a lot on the program about how each plan is specific and custom and individual to a person's situation.
Yes.
But I know that they're at a high level. There are probably some core issues that every plan must address, correct?
Yes, that's exactly right. We talk about their biggest bill that's going to be happening during retirement, taxes.
Mm-hmm.
We talk about their second biggest bill, which is medical expenses, and then we talk about the silent thief. And they say the silent thief. I said, yeah, inflation, and we earmark it at 3% just to be safe. We are very conservative in our planning as far as for a written income plan. You don't want us to overpromise, and then underperform. That's the last thing you want to do when you figure out when you're 80 years old that you're running out of money because someone was aggressive with how they look at it. On the flip side, I see people who come from other agencies, other firms who are using these illustrations of 7-8% forever. I've never seen the stock market do that. Year after year for 20 years straight, it's going to do 7-8%. Come on.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Tim, your outcome is only as good as the projections, the assumptions that your plan is based on. When the market doesn't end up doing 7 or 8% year after year consistently, a lot of people unfortunately have found out that the plan did not get them where they thought they would end up. And ladies, you want to find that out sooner rather than later. You want to understand where your plan may have holes in it. Again, a lot of people have done a great job in accumulating assets and getting those retirement accounts built up, but it is the next step in completing that plan that shows you how to use them. And that's what Tim Stearns can help you do. Pick up the phone, give him a call. He'll put that protect and grow plan together with you for you. 800-640-2256. That's 800-640-2256. As I was speaking there, Tim, I don't know why, but math class flashed into my head, and the order of operations, the please excuse my dear Aunt Sally pedimus, and how, like, if you did not do the math equation in the right order, you got the complete wrong answer.
Absolutely.
And so I guess the question there is there sort of an order of operations that we need to think about these things for getting the right answer, getting the optimal answer for retirement?
Well, yeah, when we sit down the first time to talk to somebody, we make sure that they kind of detail out what they're thinking. Then we send them home with some homework, and it can be a fillable form, or it can be a paper form. We have some people who prefer that, and we get the information that we need. What do they have? What don't they have? What are their expenses? What aren't their expenses? Have they taken in have they have a financial plan at all? In most cases, the answer is no. And then we kind of build it from there, and we do that in the correct order to come out with an answer that shows them that we're going to arrive at having a successful 30 plus year retirement.
Well, again, if you would like to go through that process, if you'd like to get your Protect and Grow plan for your confidence in your quality of life and financial independence, give Tim Stearns, TJ Stearns Inc. a call. You can have the help and assistance of a certified financial planner. No cost, no obligation for that planning review, that strategy session, that Protect and Grow plan. 800-640-2256, the number to call. That's 800-640-2256. And I know part of that process, Tim, it's the core issues of just knowing who your advisor is. Some advisors do things very differently, and your philosophy and your toolkit may be different than other advisors throughout the area.
Well, then I say, get the book from us and see if you like what our methodology is. I find people love it, including my siblings, who are going to be my harshest critic because I'm the youngest of 5. So being serious, they love the book. It helped 2 of them retire. The other ones are still working, but they're on their way, and they feel very confident in their ability to retire. So I would tell you, if you like what we're talking about, or you even have some questions about it, call in. Get the book from us. If you have $500,000 or more in assets, we'll give it to the first 10 callers. They call in. We can do it digitally in hand. We can deliver it, or we can get it mailed out to them. But at the end of the day, it's a great, great read, and it simplifies retirement. Everyone makes it too much, or they're flippant about it, and they don't think it's anything. At the end of the day, it is something. You need to have some substantial evidence behind you to make a good income plan, and we do that.
Well, you can also visit tjstearns.com, by the way, and request the book there, and watch a video on what income allocation means and why it is important to consider, where it has proven successful, where other financial models have failed. That video is at tjstearns.com. But again, if you'd like the book, get that in your hands. Pick up the phone, call right now, the first 10 callers with over 500,000 saved for retirement, because some strategies do work best for those who have been serious savers. Give a call now. You can get a copy of that book. 800-640-2256. That's 800-640-2256. But the Protect and Grow plan, Tim, it covers a number of other aspects: income, investments, taxes, healthcare, legacy. All of those things are pretty high level core issues that kind of all plans probably need to address.
Right. And what I'm finding is that people are using asset allocation. The only thing they're addressing is this illustration that talks about how they're going to make 7-8% their whole lifetime in retirement. And that's just not feasible. It
kind of only covers the investment side, doesn't it?
Totally. Nothing about legacy, nothing about taxes, pie in the sky, hoping, and not working in the know. And I couldn't retire like that, not happily.
Now, talking about completing plans, again, if somebody's got a plan, they've built up, or they're currently building up their retirement nest egg, taking them the rest of the way, Tim, maybe they've got 85% of a plan, but not that income allocation component. They haven't thought about taxes. Haven't thought about inflation and healthcare. That's going to gnaw away at that confidence in their financial independence and security.
Right. And if you're having what ifs, come in and see us, and make sure that you have, a financial plan, income plan that is going to get the job done. If you have questions about whether it's going to get a job done, have a second set of eyes look at it. It can't hurt.
800-640-2256. That's 800-640-2256, the number to call. Tim, taxes and inflation and low interest rates have really been the stories that have dominated this year so far. Yep. We haven't heard much about market volatility, but that can be around the corner kind of at any time. And a lot of people's plans don't address any of those things. That worries me. Taxes alone, do you see that right now is kind of an opportunity that if we're still saving on an ongoing basis or have built up a large tax deferred bucket of assets, that maybe we need to do some strategic planning right now?
Right. And what I find is most people are reactionary when it comes to, basically what you're talking about is paying taxes. So that they're reactionary about it, And so that's why I'm glad that we have a CPA on staff that will help us the whole way.
Procrastination.
Exactly.
Wait until the day before tax deadline to think about taxes when really, Tim, we could better control that bill if we were thinking 5, 10, 15 years in advance. And right now may be a key moment and opportunity to do that.
100%. Right now is the time. Don't like it. What I like to say is don't let inertia take over, move forward and do something.
Well, a lot of people, Tim, also are maybe concerned about not having enough or spending too much or outliving their assets. But if we've got this income allocation plan, if we've thought through taxes and inflation and healthcare and all of these other core issues, then chances are dramatically increased that we're probably going to leave a positive legacy behind, not only financially, but emotionally on our family as well.
Right. If you have a great plan, is better than no plan at all, and that's why we are happy to sit down with people and see if we can help them. To your point, a lot of people think, oh, I only have, a little bit over $500,000. I don't even know if I want to call into the show. Call into the show and see if we can help you. We're happy to sit down with people, and see if there's something that we can come to a head on and do something.
Well, again, if you would like that book, Income Allocation, if you would like the Protect and Grow plan, that's a snapshot of where you are, a discussion of your goals, writing those down, documenting them, and then get a certified financial planner's perspective, guidance, and recommendations on the timeline, the step-by-step executable action items that you should be taking in order to achieve those future goals. That's the Protect and Grow plan. Pick up the phone, give a call. Tim Stearns will help you put that together. 800-640-2256. That's 800-640-2256. And does your plan address these core issues? Are you confident that it addresses your financial professionals' philosophy? You really know what they're all about, what they're doing. Investments, income, taxes, healthcare, legacy. Are you confident that those are covered in your plan? If not, give a call, get that Protect and Grow plan put together, or just start with reading the book, Income Allocation. 800-640-2256, the number to call. That's 800-640-2256. And Tim, I know not quite the independence that most people are probably thinking about this weekend, but truthfully, if we've got that plan in place, we can be much more confident in our own individual financial independence for years to come.
I agree.
We appreciate your time, Tim. Thank you for being here. As always, is the resource for Chicagoland area savers and investors, and our resource here on Protect and Grow.
All right, Peter, thanks for having me.
I know he's looking forward to hearing from you, ladies and gentlemen. If you got any questions, you'd like that book, you'd like to get your plan, 800-640-2256. We'll talk to you real soon.
Tune into Chicagoland certified financial planner Tim Stearns' full radio program on 890 WLS every Sunday at 11 a.m. and visit tjstearns.com for many valuable resources, including other great episodes of Chicagoland Retirement. Be sure to subscribe.
Securities offered through TJ Stearns, a registered representative of Crown Capital Securities LP, member FINRA SIPC. The information presented on this program is provided for informational purposes only without warranty of accuracy, completeness, or suitability for particular purpose. This program is not intended to be and does not constitute financial, investment, legal, or tax advice. This information is general in nature, not specific enough to be construed as advice. You should not make any decision based on the information presented on this program without independent consultation with an appropriately licensed professional or competent advisor. Investment in securities or the market involves a potential risk for loss of principal. Trading, therefore, may not be suitable for all listeners. Annuity guarantees are based solely on the financial strength and claims-paying ability of the issuing company. Withdrawals of growth from annuities may be taxable as ordinary income in the year it is taken. Individuals should review contracts for specific details of the product's features and costs.